Well, that was painful. And I don't just mean the officiating. And I don't just mean that timeout granted at the end of the game. I mean, as absurd as it was, that game was just hard to watch. And I was recording it on the TNT Overtime app, doing a little play by play. Thought it might be entertaining, something to share. And I couldn't get through it. I went ahead and recorded the whole thing, but I had to walk away. I'd come back in every now and then, but I just couldn't sit still. It was timeouts and foul calls, timeouts and foul calls. I just felt like I was barely watching any basketball, any moving action. Anyway, if it doesn't get blocked, I'll upload the whole game raw for you guys to watch. Oh, man. Look, KD handled the last play of the game when asked about it gracefully. I guess I got to give him credit for that. And the funny thing about that is that it's way different than LeBron James, who is supposed to be the face of the league, an example, the GOAT, all these things. And you got KD having the class to say, no, you can't put it all on one play. LeBron would be crying, taking pot shots at the ref, complaining to Adam Silver, even with the Lakers getting way more free throw attempts than their opponents. Doesn't stop them from complaining. They complain so much that now coaches are talking trash. I counted 3 different Lakers last night that did the grabbing of the face and the eye thing and walked around like forever, just making sure the whole world saw. I mean, it can't be that bad. And all of you are getting hurt that bad? I mean, did you see how animated LeBron was complaining about not getting that timeout call when he thought he wasn't going to get it because he knew deep down that there's no way he should have gotten it? And they actually granted it after the fact. The whistle wasn't anywhere near on time, even if Reeves had possession. Like, the whistle blew later after seeing how upset LeBron was. Great example. Anyway, back to KD. As much as I want to credit him for handling that with class, I also got a bash on him because he barely looks like he gives a shit out there. And he's so good. He is. I know some people don't like KD, but what he's able to do as a baller is frightening. When he feels like doing it. That's the problem. When he feels like doing it. And he gets hosed on a lot of plays. There's one, I'll do a detailed breakdown later, go back through this footage, where the ref just completely was wrong. And KD barely even reacted. And not that I think that complaining is a good thing, but like, when you're that chill, it's almost a fault. And I can't tell KD what kind of a personality I have. If that's his personality, that's his personality. But it does make me think about the league and, what LeBron has to face, even with all the advantages that the league is giving to LeBron. Is he really facing anyone with fire that really terribly wants to rip the throne away or be the king, be the new man, be the new face of the league? I just don't feel like anyone gives a shit. And Jokic is incredible, but he also doesn't seem to give a shit. He just wants to do his job. Everyone else doesn't give a shit in the sense that they're just overpaid and, hey, it doesn't even seem to matter if I win or lose. I'm going to get to demand a max contract. What the fuck do I care? I also got to wonder how much it hurts their motivation that no matter how good players are playing in the league, how much better they are than LeBron James, the talk is going to be about LeBron James. That can't feel good. Also can't feel good knowing that you're not allowed to say anything about it without being punished. The Suns looked like a grade school team. They really looked like a grade school team. I couldn't believe it. I think we were about 4 minutes into the second while I was watching it live, and I said, the Suns already have 11 turnovers. You know, barely into the second period, they already had 11. I think they ended with 20 turnovers, which I guess that actually slowed down the pace of their turnovers because they were on the way to having way more than that even. And the Lakers had 9 turnovers compared to 20. Yeah, that's going to be tough to win a game like that. And how many of those, they weren't close call turnovers. They were just absurd, idiotic, amateur, sloppy shit that would have your coach having you running laps. And I can't even count how many of those were Nurkic's fault. Nurkic is so bad. Nurkic is so terrible. It blew my mind how bad Nurkic was. I'm going to do a breakdown of how bad he was, but it was where I'd see him underneath the hoop, perfect rebounding position against smaller players, and before it even happened, be able to say, well, he's not going to get this rebound. His team would drive and try to pass into him. Even when he had the size advantage, he would pass back out or fumble the ball away. It really just felt like you had to keep the ball away from him or else it was going to be a turnover or a wasted possession. I know, just saying the words doesn't have the impact, but I'll show you. And there's some other pretty crazy plays. Like I said, I had to walk away from doing the live commentary, but I did keep recording the game and came in and was watching a few things, and I took some notes. Some stuff I'm just... Oh, man. So I was looking at how terrible the Suns are, and I was comparing the rosters, and I was thinking about the LeBron people who have mentally now been trained, no matter how good your roster is, to say that you have a shitty roster or a shitty bench. Compared to who? Who are the Lakers not deeper than? I mean, let's compare. Let's read these two different rosters here. Christian Wood didn't even play last night. And I happen to think Christian Wood is quite an asset. Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt. Geez, they don't even have Gabe Vincent playing yet, and they're stacked. Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt I'm mentioning because they aren't that tall, or at least they're not listed as being that tall. And I swear when they were standing next to Kevin Durant, they looked as tall as him. They're really long. Those guys were solid. Austin Reeves, Jackson Hayes, just an extra 7-footer to throw in. Obviously, Anthony Davis. I don't think Taurean Prince is given the love that he deserves. Obviously, those of us who aren't brainwashed by the media know that D'Angelo Russell is great. Rui Hachimura is great. What a list already, and I haven't even gotten to Anthony Davis. Do you guys realize that Anthony Davis leads the league in 2 categories, rebounds and blocks? You got a guy on your team leading in 2 categories. LeBron's not leading in a single category, or maybe turnovers, but they aren't showing that. And yet, AD's not getting love. And all the talk is about LeBron being in the MVP race, and LeBron is the best player on the Lakers. Man, it's got to hurt. It cannot be a nice feeling to be any of his teammates, much less AD. And when this rigged in-season tournament is finally handed to the Lakers, you know that team is going to watch LeBron go up there and receive it, no matter what little percentage he deserves in it. kind of hollow words when LeBron said he wanted this to be AD's team at the beginning of the season. Yeah, except for the fact that you want all the glory and want to throw your teammates under the bus. Oh, right. I didn't even get to. I didn't even get to the Suns roster comparison yet. Oh, and by the way, so Colin Castleton, who didn't play for the Lakers, I would take him over Nurkic in a heartbeat. So, Jordan Goodwin, yeah. Bates Diop, Nasir Little, Josh Okogie, Drew Eubanks. Are you guys kidding? If these people were on the Lakers roster, Lakers fans would be in an uproar. Even Eric Gordon would be like, oh my God, look what we have to deal with. And Nurkic, you're almost better without him even on the floor. That's how bad he is. And he's the starting center. Actually, Eubanks was better than Nurkic. Nurkic took 3 shots. Anthony Davis would be absolutely massacred by the media if he only took 3 shots. You're not going to hear a damn thing about how terrible Nurkic was. He just gets to sleepwalk through the league without any consequences. Eubanks, by comparison, was 3 for 3. I mean, he still only took 3 shots, but he had 10 less minutes on the floor. Man, Nurkic was only 1 for 3. Absolutely terrible. Oh my God. He was shooting LeBron James level free throw percentage. 1 for 4. 0 offensive rebounds, which of course I'm not shocked. And they're saying Nurkic only had 2 turnovers? No. So we have to be excited. If you're a Suns fan, you have to be excited about Grayson Allen, outside of the stars of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, who just, I don't know, Devin Booker didn't look very aggressive to me. Kevin Durant, like I said, could barely be bothered to care, which sounds like a mean thing to say considering that he was the leading scorer. Speaking of leading scorer, I mean, I watched that game and I was just thinking how boring it was. And LeBron James had 31 points. I got to tell you, I can't remember seeing that happen live. I can't remember seeing him have 11 assists live. What the hell is happening here? 5 steals? Hell no. Not unless you count the other team throwing the ball to you. And am I seeing correctly that the Lakers have 7 days off? They're not playing again until next Tuesday? Is that a thing now? Are other teams going to get 7 days? I mean, it's not like it's the All-Star break or the holidays or we're heading into the finals. What the hell is 7 fucking days off? Is that because of this joke of an in-season tournament? Where the Lakers are now going to face the powerhouse Pelicans? Oh, man. So like I said, whole game is being uploaded, hopefully all in one part. If it gets blocked, I'll upload it in multiple parts. And then I will break down some of the craziest plays I saw from the game. Anyway, man, that was painful.